him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magob, it's time for the only news that matters. And Richie Blackmore recalls a moment where he, Ronnie James Dio, and drummer Cozy Powell all admitted to their guilty pleasure band back in the 70s while writing a classic Rainbow album. Although feelings like it's somewhat uncool to say it out loud, they all expressed their love for Swedish pop legends ABBA. Being one of the originators of heavy metal music and co-founder of Deep Purple and Rainbow, it might have been odd for a musician like Blackmore to admit liking ABBA. After all, hard rock was the complete opposite of disco pop that ABBA was doing. Nonetheless, as he recalls in the recent fan Q&A on Instagram, the three members of Rainbow admitted to one another that they're fans of the legendary pop band. He said, "We were in a chateau in France trying to do Long Live Rock and Roll. We were all very bored and we were sitting around the fireplace, Cozy, myself, and Ronnie. And we were getting a little kind of irritated because we were not coming up with any ideas for the album." The first one to admit it was Powell, Blackmore said. Cozy said, "Okay, I have to own up." And we looked at him because we'd been drinking as usual, and we said, "You have to own up to what?" And he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I like ABBA." To which I went, "Oh my God, I love ABBA." And then Ronnie goes, "Yes, so do I." So now we're all embarrassing ourselves going, "Oh, we love ABBA." Because we're not supposed to say that. And with that, Cozy runs off to get all the ABBA songs and to play them. And we played them for hours, all the ABBA songs, around the fireside in the chateau. We should have been writing our own songs, but it was much better to listen to ABBA. You know, ABBA was the best band. I always listened to ABBA when I was a kid. He's a kid. Well, anyway, and it was so melodic, and it just worked. It was fantastic. And they were probably my favorite band of all time. And I know it's uncool to say that in the certain areas, but they were wonderful. So there you go. Blackmore listening to them as a kid in his late 20s probably. But that's cool. You know, I have heard Richie say this in an interview before, but he didn't mention Ronnie James Dio. He just mentioned Cozy. But it's cool, man. You know, ABBA, to me, man, I'm with Richie, man. I think they are the greatest pop band ever. You know, just amazing musical, you know, the music that ABBA came up with, and then those beautiful voices, you know, just enhance it so much that, yeah, man, I'm a total ABBA fanboy. Big time. And it's good to know that, you know, Richie isn't, you know, Halloween did a ABBA cover, Ghost. There's quite a few bands that did ABBA covers. Like the only thing I ever liked from Fozzy, you know, the Chris Jericho band, was their cover of SOS. I was like, wow. I mean, I thought that was really, really good. I don't like anything else that band did, but that cover of SOS is fantastic. And that's why I don't really mind the more poppy direction Ghost is taken, because they sound like a rock and roll ABBA. It's very ABBA-ish, you know, and I can see how it turns people off that don't like ABBA. You know, oh, it's just too poppy, but I love it. I love the ABBA element. Even though my favorite Ghost album is the first one, I will say that I love that poppy element they took, and I hear an ABBA influence on a lot of those damn songs. Anyway, I'm going to rank the ABBA albums. Why not? There's 9 of them, right? Yes, there is 9 of them. And they're all great. I mean, some much better than others. Yeah, I would say that my bottom 2 does have fillers. But I still like them. At number 9, the first one, Ring Ring. You know, they're finding themselves. But, you know, I like some of the hooks and some of the tunes is not bad on there. And at number 8, Waterloo, which is, I believe, the follow-up, the second album, which, you know, they're finding their way. Number 7, I'm going to go with The Visitors. The Visitors was forever, like, my least favorite. But, man, I listened to it not too long ago, and, man, it's pretty damn good. You know, I guess it was a grower. I love Head Over Heels and One of Us. It's a lot of great songs. Soldiers. There's a lot of cool tunes on The Visitors, so yeah, man. Alright, so next one after The Visitors, I'm going to go with the self-titled ABBA album, which is pretty kick-ass. I love it. You know, SOS being my favorite on here, and then you got I Do, Rock Me, I've Been Waiting for You, amazing, amazing vocals from Agneta. Love it. The self-titled ABBA album. Alright, what comes after that will be the last album, Voyage. Yeah, I lived with it long enough. When it come out, like I think it came out like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and I've lived with it. I've played it a lot, man. I Still Have Faith in You was the first song I heard off this album, and I think it is my favorite. But, you know, I liked Just a Notion. Ode to Freedom's one of my favorites on here. Keep an Eye on Dan. I dig it, man. Don't Shoot Me Down is a good one. Good stuff, man. The last album, Voyage. All right. After that, I'm going to have to go with The Album. Yes, at number 4, The Album. Take a Chance on Me. One Man, One Woman. The Name of the Game. There's a lot. I'm a Marionette. Thank You for the Music. Eagle. Fantastic album. I absolutely love The Album. All right. After The Album, at number 3 is Voulez-Vous. Yes. Disco. This is probably the most disco of albums. Title track, I Have a Dream is gorgeous. Angel Eyes. Does Your Mother Know is a little, I don't know if you can write that song today. Chiquitica, Kids of Fire. Love it. Angel Eyes. Voulez-Vous. Awesome album. Alright, at number 2, I'm going to go with Super Trooper, man. I love me some Super Trooper. I mean, there is an album I like more than Super Trooper, but I feel like at this point in ABBA, you know, they made this album that, man, how are they going to top it? And they never did. Because this album is just too good. But they did top it before this album. But this album, the title track, Winner Takes It All. Andarate. God, lay all your love on me. Great stuff, man. At number 2 is Super Trooper. So at number 1, I'm going to go with Arrival, man. Arrival starts off with my... Well, no, it's the second song, but When I Kiss the Teacher's what starts it off. Dancing Queen, their biggest hit, and just so happens to be my favorite ABBA song. My Love, My Life is awesome. Knowing Me, Knowing You. Oh, man. Tiger. You know, I just love this album. This is definitely my favorite ABBA album. And hey, if we got any ABBA fans out there, I would love to know what your favorite ABBA albums are. And leave it in the comments below and what you feel. Or, hey, if you hate ABBA, go right ahead, man. Let all that anger out. And tell me how much ABBA sucks. Not that it's going to change my mind. But still, fuck it. Just say you hate them. I don't care. I'm cool with anybody that hates stuff I love. Doesn't affect me none. And leave it in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching The Only News That Matters. And please, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. And also, In case you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed, because people have been saying they're getting unsubscribed for no reason. So if you are unsubscribed, please subscribe again. I would really appreciate that. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.